Cats, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Just different.
Or dolphin.
Yeah, let's all just do different
Wait.
cat things.
Gotta get the depth.
Was it a cat pissing and then growling?
You're a weird Gemini.
That was like a chipmunk, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
chipmunk.
very
Wait,
chipmunky.
what's wrong with
I love
Geminis?
that.
It's the worst roller coaster at Cedar Point. Anyways, welcome to Steamboat Comedy Podcast, everybody. I recorded all of that dumb shit you guys just did.
Was that our opening song?
Hey, that's the intro song.
Jungle Noises
I
with
had
Steamboat
worked on the
Comedy
song all
Podcast.
night, though. I had worked on the song all night, and we just went up with Tourette cat noises. So I had a song planned for you all, and then the
Well,
Tourette.
too
No,
late,
we're not going
Kendra.
to do it, so.
So, welcome to episode either 2 or 3, depending on what order I release them in. I'm not sure. We appreciate you being with us. My name is Kyle Ruff. Welcome aboard. To my right is the beautiful and talented astrologer / witch.
Kendra Ruth, a.k.a. Kendra Ruthless, a.k.a. Kendar Lamar here. To my right is the beautiful and talented.
Quit stealing my shit.
I felt like it should just go in a progression. Dom Mazuka. Is that how I say your last name?
A.K.A. Dom Mazuka, A.K.A. Dom Mazuka, A.K.A.
Dominic
Dom-
Mazuka.
No, just Dom Mazuka.
Okay, sick.
Also known as Dom
Thank
Mazuka.
you, Kyle. Thank you.
All right, now you have to introduce Jared because that's what we're
Yeah,
doing now.
what the fuck, man?
Go
Oh,
around the
yeah,
circle.
we're going
well,
in a circle.
excuse
to
me.
good friends.
The one and only man.
You didn't
from
say
the-
beautiful and talented.
Oh, Jared, you're ugly and dumb.
Gee, wonderful.
God damn it. I've been waiting for
Talentless.
my whole life. I've just been wondering where I sat. Now I know.
Jared
Yeah.
Morrill.
Yeah, that's me. I'm from Sandwich, Massachusetts. What's up?
Mass.
I like sandwiches.
Me
Yeah,
too.
who doesn't? Dude, it's meat between bread. Who doesn't like a sandwich?
Okay, it's
Vegans.
2019. What about us vegans? Yeah.
Celiacs.
They can get gluten-free bread. It's a thing now, guys.
Yeah.
Literally
I mean,
would
it
rather
tastes like shit, but you can do
literally
it.
would rather just eat the bread and shit myself than eat gluten-free bread, to be honest with you.
Anywho, so in today's podcast, we're gonna re-examine our first big show that we put on here in Steamboat,
Whoop, whoop.
which we dubbed the Desperation Day Special, which is what I believe Miles referred to Valentine's Day as. What we're going to do, we're going to each talk about, so myself, Kendra, and Dom all performed in the show. Jared was in the stands, so we're going to kind of come around and be in
Yeah.
I was a lovely audience member.
Yeah.
You
I wasn't even a
were.
stand-up at that point.
You
I was just
were.
watching.
So I think it'll be cool, though, having him in here, especially now that he's done it, so we can kind of give our experiences, and then he can come in and be like, this is how the crowd felt, because he was in the thick of the shit.
Yeah,
Um,
because I was not. I black out every time I go up there, so that's
Yeah.
I
just,
feel you. I
I
do
don't
the
even
same thing.
remember. Yep, I don't
The-
even remember.
The
So
only
it'd
times I've been on it, I black out.
be nice to have like somebody who remembers
Yeah.
at least a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
that's how I was with sports. Like
Same
if
with
I-
sports.
like if
too.
I
Before or
got
after the
ball-
concussion?
Wow.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't
Well-
have a dozen concussions,
Well,
but
like what sport specifically though?
Rugby.
actually
you-
more football than rugby.
Football?
Oh.
Like
So, I mean, I played lacrosse for a very short time, but when I would have the ball, I played
No.
defense, but when I had the ball, I did
Black
not
out.
remember having the ball.
Me either.
oh yeah,
I could not
Foul
remember it. It
shots
was,
in
Sure.
basketball.
It was weird.
See you later.
So I feel you.
Can't
And so,
remember.
yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
yeah. It's-
Layups. If I got a fast break layup, oh my god, I would literally black out. I
You
would
just wake up on the floor.
At one time I did because I had really bad asthma and I fucking died. Like, literally, I literally
I
fell
got up on the
over.
fast break and I woke up in
taking
an
a foul
ambulance.
shot after my fast break and I passed out on the fucking court.
Every time you're at O'Neill's at like 1 in the morning, you're like, I'm going on a fast break.
Oh god.
I don't get it.
Oh my
You
gosh.
son of a bitch.
Oh god.
All right, so
The show, the Desperation show.
the Desperation Day show. So
our
again,
first
we
big
talked about
show.
it briefly on the first one, but it was our first thing. It was like a tremendous success. The only thing that was weird about it is it went a little bit long, but whatever. People still stayed to the end for the most part.
I
Didn't
feel
we
like
do an
Steamboat didn't really
intermission?
know what to do at their first
Yeah.
like big comedy show, like outside of like Chief Theater. You know what I mean? So people are like the expectations weren't too high.
Yeah, And
made
so
us do
that's why
really
we
well.
knocked it out of a very small park.
No. You know what's funny about that for me is like I come from like a very stand-up comedian background. Like my dad has always been into stand-up. He brought me into it. Now I know more
So
shit.
you're
than
gonna
my
say drugs.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like
I
my
mean
dad
that
died
too.
of heroin.
I know a lot more about drugs than my dad. I mean, he just taught me, and then I just took it from there. Same with stand-up though. I mean, like I watched him, and then no, like
He
seeing
did drugs standing up.
Yeah, I did. Dude, you know how many times I've
And then his dad
snorted
laid down and died.
You know how many times I've snorted cocaine standing up? No, watching stand up is like a huge part of my dad and I's relationship, which is funny because when I came out here, that wasn't a thing, and you guys brought it to fruition.
Yeah.
So getting to see, like, at the time, I mean, still now, like, amateur stand-up comedians do this in a very small town with no, like, medium at all.
Precursor to
is-
it either.
yeah.
Like,
Is
No
really
template
cool. And,
whatsoever. Yeah.
well, no, and this was Desperation Day the first big show?
That was the first one.
That was
yeah.
the first big show,
Mhm.
and it went great. Like it did run long, but like it still went great.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there was a ton of people there too.
There's so
Yeah,
many
no,
people.
like,
Thank you to everyone
it
who
was
came to that
filled
show
out,
out there.
man.
Yeah,
A little
shout out to the audience.
round of applause for you. If you obviously can't see
Yeah,
me
you
right
can't
now, but I'm
see that.
doing the whole kindergarten teacher round of applause.
She's motioning her hands around her naked breasts, which for the last time, put your tits away, Kendra. Thank
Yeah. Seriously, it's really bothering
Good.
me.
Well, then I don't
As a
have the
proud gay
nickname
man.
Perfect Tits McGee anymore on our group chat. So
you. Yeah, it's just perfect tits Magoo now.
Perfect tits Magon.
Perfect Tits McGonagall. Are we gonna make this Harry Potter? Are we gonna make this a Harry Potter reference right now?
You would make it Harry Potter.
I would. I did. I did.
I think we broke Jared.
Oh, he's gone.
All right, so do we want to do a brief because we were talking before about who our favorite comedians were? Do we
I don't
want to do?
mind.
Yeah, I think we
Let's
should.
do
do
let's do
something.
a quick round table and starting with Kendra. Say who's your favorite working comedian right now and why?
Skip.
Wait, skip who?
No, I
Skip.
skip.
Yeah.
We're not playing fucking Uno here.
You know
guys.
what? Okay, if I'm gonna go off of just
So you're skipping.
no, okay,
I'm
I
playing
shouldn't
Come on,
you have to
skip.
have
I
one.
just have to explain to people out there that I love comedy, but I haven't really like been an active stand-up comedy watcher. I really love Aisling B, this Irish
Okay,
chick.
yeah.
She's hilarious to me.
Easy as
Aisling
1,
B,
2,
2, 3.
I listened to that earlier,
On
a
and
couple
that
hours.
Aisling B,
Nice.
1, 2, 3, making comedy.
Pretty good.
Nailed it.
Is that your number one though?
No, I just really
Number
like
one
her.
song?
I don't
No,
know.
it's not even a real song.
No.
Number one son. Who's that?
Oh yeah, number one comedian, working comedian today. I don't know.
Really?
Skip.
Okay.
Reverse. We're playing Uno.
We're
right?
not
Yeah.
playing Uno.
Does it have to be a working comedian?
No,
No,
who's
not
your favorite
necessarily.
comedian?
It's a toss up between two greats.
Which is who?
George Carlin,
I love him.
Of
which
course.
is like a legend. You
I
know?
love
Yeah,
him.
dude. He
But-
put out a special a year. That guy was
I love
the
him.
man.
Wordplay genius,
I love him.
and oddly enough, Patrice O'Neill.
I
Oh,
love
They're like
him.
two
Great.
polar opposites.
I love
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
No,
are-
Patrice.
He does a bit about reparations, but he's like reparations is a dumb idea. I mean, I'm like paraphrasing, but he's like instead black people shouldn't pay income tax. That's like how he rationalizes it because he's just basically like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of this. It's really good.
Yeah.
Google that
Oh.
shit.
Yeah, like 90% of his humor is like the presentation, like the delivery.
Oh, his delivery is.
Yeah, he's
is
yeah.
Whereas
spot on,
George
for
Carlin,
sure.
like he probably would have I don't know how many words a minute.
Well, no, George
the way
Carlin's
he would speak, you know.
Yeah, that was
his
like
delivery,
his style.
His delivery is 100% every time.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like really on the Tom Segura train right now. His specials
Oh,
on
Segura's
Netflix have
great.
been amazing. I've always been a Joe Rogan fan. There's actually a bit that my dad showed me when I was a kid, and I want, if anyone's listening to it, like please look it up because we don't have to put it in there. But Flip Wilson, he's like a really old comedian, really old black
I've heard
comedian.
his name. Yeah.
I think I've showed you the bit before. It's about how Christopher Columbus discovered Ray Charles.
Oh
because
my
vinyls come from America.
God.
Dude,
I need to
like,
hear this.
Oh my god, it's
It's
so
good.
good.
Hell yeah.
That honestly, that one bit, my dad showed me that when I was a kid. That's what got me into comedy. Is that one bit? I heard it
Yeah.
over and over again.
That's awesome.
Nice. Nice.
But definitely like Rogan, Segura, and like that whole crew, Ari Shafir. I just love.
Yeah, even your boy Tony Hinchcliffe is part of that crew.
Oh,
I
Hinchcliffe is
love him.
great,
yeah,
man.
he's great.
Oh my gosh.
Anyone who pushes an envelope.
Can I shout out to Kill Tony right now? Because I just became obsessed with it.
We're
Big
coming
fan.
for you. We might be out there. To
Wait,
visit.
I'm
Go
not a
embarrass
mite. I'm a
yourself for-
fucking 100% going out there. Daddy, who's your favorite?
I really Doug Stanhope. Google Doug Stanhope Voice of America, and it's like a year-long thing he did. He had a spot on BBC News, like one
Which
of the
is
BBC
amazing.
News shows, and it was just like, this is all the dumb shit we have in America, and you
That's
know
why
he
it's
was,
great.
yeah.
He's Doug Stanhope, and this is why he drinks.
Yeah, that's how he starts every time he goes, I'm Doug Stanhope, and that's why I drink.
Nice.
And it starts out, it's
I like
it's
that.
the best. Stanhope is the best. I mean, Carlin maybe is still my number one all time because he's the best. I really like Dave Smith from Legion of Skanks.
Oh, dude,
Is fucking great.
he's so good.
I listen to his podcast all the time, but that's a little more political. I don't know if you want to get into that thing.
No, but it's
It's fucking.
big fan.
He's a funny dude, but he's one of the best political commentators in the game right now.
I want to retouch on mine. I'm gonna throw Stanhope in my top 3 for sure.
Dude, Stanhope's
I agree because I forgot about him.
I feel like I
Stanhope
watch it a
is
lot,
so
but
good.
I don't remember people's names. But that's just my life. So.
Oh, you'll remember Stanhope.
He's a unique guy. He
Very
does that.
unique.
He's
Very
God.
unique.
He's
He is
Oh,
very niche
Mitch
market.
fucking Hedgeberg for me. I
Oh, yeah.
love that motherfucker.
Hedberg
That's
is-
my number one. I think he's so fucking
really
hilarious.
he's your number one
If
ever.
I could, if he was
Because you
like,
have such a different style.
Yeah,
than he
you do have
does.
a very different style.
oh, I
than him.
love it. He's oh my god, I have a very different style than he does, but I fucking love that shit.
He's
That
like
is
a-
so funny to me. That
He's
makes
like a
me,
dirtier Stephen Wright.
Like, I feel like every generation has like their big like one-liner type guy.
Yeah,
And Steve Wright was his, and then
in the
Hedberg kinda-
'80s, and then
I wish I was a
yeah.
one-liner person.
Mitch
but I
Hedberg.
just don't.
I just
my
don't-
ADHD brain just doesn't allow for it.
Your what
It's
brain?
Just like one exactly.
Squirrel.
Tom
That
Brady's
wasn't
just silence
planned,
for like
folks.
60 seconds.
Via chipmunks.
Dom's
few
just
words of
waiting over
wisdom.
here for his chipmunkin'.
Well, you should
Sure.
start trying to write more one-liners.
I was gonna
Maybe
say,
I
yeah.
try to this week.
Hell
And maybe
yeah.
I'll share some at open mic at the Barley on
Speaking of which,
July
plugging our
30th.
shows real quick. So we've
Yep.
got open mic this Tuesday at the Barley. Assuming again I put this
Yeah,
out in
hopefully
time.
this
And
will be
what's
out in
really
time.
exciting
It's
is
going to be great. / it was
on
a great time.
YouTube.
Yeah, I'm putting it on YouTube if nothing else. The next plug is that we're
Oh, yeah.
performing at the Chief Theater.
the most important plug.
A week from today,
Like
Yeah.
the drug
recording
plug.
this.
Yeah.
Oh,
So August 3rd, which is going to be cool. We're doing a collaboration with the local improv group. It's going to be awesome. We're doing straight up fucking comedy, though. I'm not improvising shit.
I'm not gonna do it.
I mean,
You're not
Imagine
gonna-
if they just bring us all up on stage and they're like, "We're gonna do improv,"
I'm
and
just
I'm
gonna
gonna be
say-
like, "No, we're fucking
No.
not."
If
like, you'd be like, here's something unexpected.
and
Suck
then I
my
just walk
dick,
off.
and then you walk
Yeah. No, and then I show them my dick
Yeah. and
because
then
that
they're
would get
like,
everyone
"Wow."
by
Your
surprise.
dick is like so.
They're gonna be like, "Kendra, your boobs
small.
and boobs to dick ratio is like."
really
I
lackluster.
feel like Jared has a decent boobs to dick ratio.
Oh, dude, you don't even want to know. Okay.
Also,
Well,
One more plug.
What
one
kind
more.
I myself will be performing at part of the Super Fun Show on
Super
Friday, the
Fun
day
Show.
before,
Oh, shit, I'll be there.
at the Sam Chafe Theater. It's a
Chafe
local-
Theater?
Chief
The
Chafe
Chafe
the old
Theater.
Chafe
You got me-
Theater.
It's gonna chafe me all the way
Excuse
to
me.
my
Do you have
mouth.
any chafing cream?
Baby
Welcome
powder.
to the Chef Theatre.
Did you guys?
Um,
I don't know if anyone noticed how
The
much I was
theater.
slurring my words in the first podcast because I was frustrated and drinking like for like 12 hours trying to get this equipment to work, and then I was like, "It's finally working." Yes, I'll be performing at the Chief Theater on Friday as part of the Super Fun Show variety show. It'll be cool. I'm just doing like a 5-minute set there to represent Steamboat Comedy.
Can I ask you a question about the
Yeah.
show? Variety. What kind of variety? Are you the only white person? There's not a lot of variety in Steamboat.
oh God. No, he's gonna be
Sincere
the
question,
shortest
guys.
one.
Oh, he's the
It's
shortest one.
obviously it's not the most important kind of variety, which is your superficial skin color. No, it's
Penile variety.
it's literally I represent the small dicks And then as the show goes on, the dicks get bigger.
And then what if Spencer was the last one?
Oh my
Spencer just
god!
walks out. He's wearing gym shorts, and there's just a dick dragging through his pant line. Just on the ground. That's why he's so grumpy, is because like, oh, my dick's
No,
on
he
the
just,
ground.
dude, he has my patented scrubs with dick shadow.
He just has scabs all over his cock.
That's either a
dragging on
callback or a
concrete.
preview, depending on what
Yeah,
order.
depending on which one you've listened to first.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong.
Anywho,
Now
the
that-
point is, please come out and see us
Oh, yeah.
soon. Support your local working comedians.
Please. It helps
Um,
us get better.
But all right, so the point of this podcast, amongst just pure entertainment, is we're gonna start our kind of series of what a certain person coined as the Laugh Lab, which we thought was Spencer, but I'm pretty sure he stole it from someone else.
Just everyone ever who's ever tried to record a comedy
It's-
podcast,
yeah,
probably when they
it's
first
not
started out
that
until they came
creative
up with their own
of a
name, like
name.
we're trying to work on. If you guys want to submit ideas, hit us up on our like little DM on our Instagram page, like or something.
Or
if you guys,
Facebook or
anyone,
Twitter.
and
Oh, yeah,
if you come
Tweet at
up
Steamboat Comedy because
with
we need followers.
if you come up with a good name for us that works, I'll roast you for a minute.
Even hit us up on our personal accounts. What's yours?
Jared's
For
just
what?
trying to get laid, basically.
For,
I don't
you
know.
can follow me on Twitter. It's Kyle Ruff Comedy, or on fucking Instagram.
Fucking whatever.
Instagram, it's called. I
Rough
think
is
it's
Kyle.
Rough is Kyle. Yeah, I'm not. It's not that creative.
Put your thing
Um,
down, flip it, and reverse it.
Kendar?
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
call it?
Kendar's Kendra Ruthless. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Dom,
Are we talking about Instagram? Or
Yeah.
do you have social
Well,
media?
yeah.
Does
What's your
it?
social
I
media?
mean,
My Instagram's the Veginator. Go on, just fucking lay it on me. Just lay it on me.
God.
As-
He got that name after he banged Terry Schiavo.
Don't know who that
That's
is.
a 90s reference. Early 2000s.
Great. I'm glad someone gets it.
I don't.
nothing?
Yeah.
She
Damn,
was, she was a vegetable.
Too good looking to get these jokes. We're tall, so we
Oh,
can get
God.
everything, but we have like the tallness and like the good hair working for us,
You're really
so.
bad at roasting me right now.
Oh,
This is
oh,
the
yeah.
Anyways,
opposite
I'm the
of
He does
vegetator.
roast vegetables, much
I'm the,
like
I'm,
Terry
the
Schiavo.
I'm the veginator's assistant, the Great White Buffalo, Buffalo with a W, underscores everywhere.
Scores
Yeah.
Find
With
it.
a W?
Yeah, just find it.
It's like Buffalo. Like,
Yeah, because the other one was taken like
Oh.
regular Buffalo.
So just throw
So
a
I had to be
W on
creative.
it.
Shut up. Yeah.
So we're gonna go over the Desperation Day show. Desperation Day was the first special, so we're gonna go around. We're gonna talk about our favorite bit from the show. Kendra's gonna go first.
Okay, love going first. So what do you want me to say, Daddy?
So, well, we each did about 15,
Oh, okay.
20 minutes.
I did
was your- what was your-
exactly 10 minutes because I'm good at timing things out. My favorite part, oh my gosh, I definitely blacked out, but I know I said my whole bit because I'm neurotic as hell. And my favorite part was my Biggie Smalls reference. I was very proud of that. I have some advice for some of you out there. Gentlemen, can I get an A-O? Yeah. I have some advice for you guys. Just take it lightly, whatever. Take it very seriously. I feel like we've really, gotten away from what we've grown up with. I feel like we've really drifted from what we know. And I'd like to trace back to one of the greatest lyricists of all time, the notorious B.I.G. Christopher motherfucking Wallace, Biggie Smalls, and for girls who have daddy issues out there, Big Papa. He likes it when you call him that. And, who they attract him with that line, what's your name, what's your sign? As soon as he buy that wine, I just creep up from behind and ask you what your interests are, who you be with, things that make you smile, what others to doubt. Cut it there. Cut it there. So smooth, Christopher Wallace, so smooth. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And I have a couple points to make here. Everyone paying attention? Great. I have a couple points to make here. don't fucking creep up from behind. Don't creep up from behind. That is a big ass motherfucker. You can hear him coming from 100 yards away. What is he gonna say in this song? As I rumble the ground below you, as I approach you at the bar. Like, no.
I just felt like it was relatable.
Honestly, it was pretty genius.
And I liked the way I did that. Yeah, I was pretty proud of that because that's me. Like, I like rap music and I like shitting on people for dudes.
I thought you were gonna say black people.
No, those honestly, those are really well thought out joke.
Thanks.
Like,
I was so too.
I was surprised with where it was going. I've heard that song so many times. I've never sat there and been like, "Oh, what's he talking about?"
Yeah.
You actually brought it like to a relatable level.
Yeah, keep it relatable. And then I threw a little bit of astrology in there, which I thought was hilarious.
No shit.
And I think it worked. And it
Like,
worked. I remember that moment and like looking around being like, oh, I'm not going to die up on this stage from like being so nervous and thinking I'm not getting anywhere with this, you know?
Well, also,
like,
the Barley's loud. You know, when we were doing the Desperation Days show, there was
all
a
eyes
crowd
on me.
listening.
All eyes on me. They were
that's
there.
That's what I'm getting
something
at,
that you have to follow. Like,
Totally.
you're going through the lyrics, you have to follow that.
Exactly. Like, well, there's no fucking up. I can't be a white girl fucking up Biggie Smalls lyrics too.
You
Like,
wouldn't be the first, so.
You know, and no, I wouldn't be the first.
You think that a black girl would get more of a pass?
Yeah.
Or less of a pass.
I don't know. Well, for me, they'll just be like, oh, this fucking
this town
bitch.
or everywhere
You know what
else?
I mean?
Trying.
Like the other night, those girls I tried to sing Colt 45 up on stage and they had no rhythm whatsoever. I go, that was the
No
whitest
one can
version.
ever-
I literally walked up to
You
them.
said
I go,
that to me. No, you said that to me.
No, and then I said that to them. I didn't care. I was like, that was the whitest Colt 45 I've ever seen.
All right, so public service announcement.
Don't do
ever
rap songs.
Fucking do Afro-manic karaoke because you're not
By
funny.
the way, it's called
We've
Crazy
all
Rap.
heard it
By the way,
before.
it's not called. It's Crazy Rap parentheses Cold 45. You fucking.
You're right. Yeah.
You
Thank you,
white girl.
Jared.
Crazy Rap is a different song.
And so yeah, I just really like that joke, and I hope I rework it into something else. And that was pretty friggin' sweet. And then I ended up with the Nazis getting burned, like the kind of reference or something like that. Like how women, you got to be this, or this in order for women to like you. We're running a Nazi agenda out here, and if you can't conform, you get burned. And then just walked off stage, and I liked that too.
just threw the mic on the ground.
Just
She didn't even drop it. I think she spiked it like Gronk.
Yeah,
She
pretty
just
much.
fucking hoofed it off there. Dom, so what was your favorite part of your bit?
I actually I realized I was just going through it, and I realized that a lot of my material is just a lot of switches. You know, it's just like delivering
Like
a
Nintendos?
joke with a switch. No, not a Nintendo Switch.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So like the very beginning, like I opened up with you know, because you get up on stage and it's super quiet. Everyone's like listening, waiting for those first words.
Oh yeah.
And so I capitalized on that by starting with saying, so I'm in a like almost 2-year relationship. It's going really strong, really well. Love this person, and I think it's about time that I do the mature thing and propose to her. And then I paused, right?
Yeah.
That we
I
have a
remember that.
threesome.
Yeah. I
And
remember
so
that.
a lot of the stuff in that set was just a lot of like pause switch.
Right.
Yeah, and you were
Yeah.
sweating your balls
like
off the whole time.
misdirections.
I like that now that you're reading this book, you understand what you're doing. Like you're taking the
I knew that
concepts
before
and
the
putting
book.
it.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
I like how you read a book and now you're funny.
Didn't
So
even
Dom
finish it. Like
is reading
one
a
chapter.
book. He's in 3 chapters and now he's funny.
I read 3 chapters. I still can't finish a joke. It's great.
I still don't know how to read. So, but I'm really,
I mean,
I
my
thought
leg
that
hurts.
set was really strong that you did.
Yeah, I thought it was really
and
funny
that was
too.
a good part of it too.
And I guess if I were to settle on one bit that I enjoyed the most, it was me talking about how anytime after 30 is when you have to make the big decisions in your life. Okay, sure. I mean, after 30, there's a lot of big decisions you got to make in your life, and I've been thinking about them. Ooh, nice color change. That looks good. Blue suits me, I think. Anyway, after 30, thank you. After 30, you may not make these big decisions, and I'm so sorry, Brittany. Where's Brittany? I know she's 31. I feel bad for her. 'Cause if you can't tell, she's got a lot of baggage. All right, so after 30, what kind of big decisions am I thinking about? I'm thinking like,
Am I gonna start paying my taxes? Fuck it, right? Am I gonna resolve my childhood trauma? No. Am I going to let my girlfriend put a thumb up my ass? I don't know. These are the type of things that I'm talking about. Ooh. So, we'll talk later, dude.
I like the seriousness and then the
Serious and then
the thumb up the butt. The old thumb up the
the
butt.
old thumb up the butt.
Pretty relatable, you know?
Yeah.
Super relatable.
Yeah. You know, taxes are really hard to pay.
Especially that
Jesus.
thumbtacks.
Yeah, especially when a thumb's up your ass.
Remind me what you did for your set.
Um,
I blacked out the whole night. Not from
You
alcohol.
were,
It was
Well,
just
again, I went
nerves.
last, and it was like 4 hours. in or
Yeah,
whatever,
that's
so
Yeah,
it's
true.
still
people were
time.
dipping out.
no,
too.
but wait, is that the show that you got the heckler?
Is
Or was that the other OTP show?
No. We had the heckler that show.
It was that
No,
one?
no,
it
that
was.
was-
It was
those
the Pat- St.
motherfuckers.
It was the
Patrick's
next
Day.
one.
Fucking-
And he was, I don't know if he was a heckler, he was just annoying.
Well, yeah, but
No,
you
he did-
you handled it really well, though.
I just black out.
Actually, pretty much everyone did, but like, you were just so passive with it. You were like, yeah, anyway, like,
Yeah.
you know, your,
I think
your coined
I said
term.
something, I was like, the adults are talking.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
I-
that's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. Yeah, yeah,
Classic.
the
That's
adults
my
are
favorite
talking.
Classic
Saying
dad.
the adults are talking or go sit at the kids' table or two of my
Classic
Yes.
dad. This is
Yeah.
why I called dad. I mean Kyle. This
why I
is
call
why I
Dad
call
Dad.
Dad Kyle. This is why I call
So I
Dad
call
Kyle.
Dad Daddy.
This is why I call Kyle my papa because he just is always being a dad.
He loves it when you call him Big Papa.
I
just saying.
know. He's made a little.
And when you don't, he
mama.
punches drywall.
I mean, throw your hands up in the
I'm
air.
like a
If you,
shotgun a monster right now.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
Anyways.
So that night I did probably my favorite bit I've ever done, which is too long to play from this because it's a long story. But my story about Amsterdam.
Oh yeah, I like
Oh,
that one.
God.
I remember
That's
that
what I
one.
ended
Yeah.
with. Yeah, it was great. I haven't been in a situation where I've been able to like reveal that one. That was a one and done. I'm gonna bring it out again because it's one of my favorites. But it's like the story itself is at least like 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But no, I won't reference that. Maybe some other time we'll go into that one more. But I like the.
Is that like a? Do you think that can go under like our version of possibly doing like this isn't happening or like
Yeah.
something
oh,
like
definitely.
you know what? Yeah.
No, I think
like,
that would be a great example.
Yeah,
of this is not
I
happening.
think we should
I
do
think
an
I think everyone
episode
here has a
around
travel
that.
story.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah, that's a special we could do easily.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
We should do something like that.
Let's do it.
Oh, big
cool.
deal.
I'm sure you listeners out there will be down.
Why wouldn't they?
Hey
Mom, Dad,
Steamboat's
not
I'm looking
happening.
at you.
Thanks, Mom.
AKA hi mom.
But no, that whole set of mine, I really enjoyed.
Mhm.
I did two bits. The first, they kind of led into each other, and it was about long distance with my girlfriend, and I like a long distance relationship, and I started with the history of long distance.
No chat sex. Yes, that's literally what it is. And it's, it still amazes me, the technology. It's like, I have like a phone here, and like, in the palm of my hand, on demand, from across the country, I can watch my girlfriend flick her bean in real time. It's so amazing. Anytime I want to. Well, it's way better than like the old phone sex when you had to be like, oh yeah, really? I'm breathing so it sounds like you're breathing heavy too, so it's so hot. Definitely no good. But it's still better than before that, where you had to like bust out a pen and paper. Like, dearest Margaret, I long for your lungs. Here is a drawing of. Oh, wait. We there? Hello? You hear me? So, here's a drawing of my penis, Margaret. It's erect like when I masturbate, thinking of you, and said tender lines. Send it to the man. There's probably somewhere in between those two where someone was like. so hot.
But no, my favorite part was actually right after that when I was explaining how to do Skype sex while I was standing in the shower.
So if we're gonna do like the video chat thing, I have to go into the shower, which you gotta get the pops out there, totally clutch. So I get in the shower, and it's like a skinny, like stand-up shower. So I gotta hold it like at an angle. I get it all like this. Like, I get the whole view. And it's, which is fine, it's cool and stuff. But the weird thing about the video chat sex is that in any video chat thing, in the corner, there's always like a box that has you in it. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, it's good because you get positioned, but then you start going. Like put my thumb over it, and like, oh, it's kind of weird, I don't want to see myself. But there's always like you're getting super into it, like, and then your thumb slips and you see yourself, and you're just like, making all these weird fucking faces. It's like a vicious cycle of like strangeness, because you see yourself, you're like, oh, it's so strange, and you're like, wait, so I tighten it up, look cooler. Flex the muscles a little bit. And then after about 10 seconds, you're like, am I beating off to myself beating off? What kind of narcissist am I? I'm just gonna shoot and be done.
Alright, so yeah. So those are parts of our bits and our favorite parts of that show. It was a great time. Jared, what was from the fourth perspective, you were, again, like he hadn't started yet. He was in the crowd. How did you think the whole show went? You were there the whole time, weren't you?
Yeah, no.
Did you like my set?
No, the whole show was actually great. The only problem with it was the fact that it went too long. That's the only thing I have with it. Otherwise, no. Everyone was super funny. Everyone actually had really well worked out jokes. Like, it wasn't just bullshit. Like, I've heard amateur comedians that are just like trying
I'm really
way too
impressed
hard.
with how we did that night.
No,
and
everyone
Butcher
was
Knife
super
too.
fucking.
Like,
the Butcher Knife show is a different story. That was honestly
like a
that was
show.
like that was like the gold standard. As far as Desperation Day,
not recorded.
As far as Desperation Day,
we'd all be famous right now.
With Desperation Day though specifically, everyone did amazing. It did go a little long, but everyone kept their composure, which that's honestly the biggest surprise for me was everyone kept their composure. Everyone kept it going, even if their jokes ran too long. Everyone kept it going, and it was still funny. It wasn't like I sat there and was just like, "This sucks."
This is still going.
Yeah. No, I was legitimately entertained the whole time.
Awesome.
And like that
makes me so happy.
Yeah, no, that was like that because that was the first big show. That was like what really brought me to want to go to the other shows.
Totally.
Even if it was an open mic or
and
a big show at another bar or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. That's what it's what drew me back.
And I think that's how the Butcher Knife show was for now, like the open mics we're doing, and like this next show that we're gonna have, and like this next show that we're gonna have on August 3rd at the Chief Theater, 8 p.m. for motherfucking free
99, bitch.
Free 99,
all you have to do is park your butt cheeks on a chair.
Yep, that's all you have to do. There's gonna be drinks and all that fun stuff there, and but I think that this is gonna be a great launching point for this upcoming mud season. We're already in August. You know, that is so fucking wild to me. And then we're gonna have a couple more open mics. Then Friday the 13th, Butcher Knife, we have another big show there, and like for Steamboat. But I think as far as going in a small town and doing stand-up comedy for the first time, like without a template, without anything, like just people's pure passion for it, like we're fucking killing it.
People are coming out.
It's going so well. It's awesome. And we get good crowds.
Thank you to everyone.
And
especially our regulars.
I'll let you say it with Butcher Knife.
Oh, so the show for Butcher Knife, it's going to be a good core group of us, but we have a couple of headliners coming in for us. Mr. Mark Masters.
Woo woo!
And
I'm the soundboard now.
Mark Masters and Mr. Pat Truer,
Yes.
formerly of Second City. You may have
So
heard of
excited about it.
They're gonna come headline for
Some
us
big
at
time,
Butch and I Brewery.
Some big time shit going
Yeah,
on
we've
in
been talking
Steamboat
with
for the
them.
first time.
Yeah,
And then anyone's listening out there and they want to start plugging some shit for this winter, like we're trying to get some shows going. Let's make Steamboat laugh. It's been the best thing ever. It's been the coolest community. People come up to me, they're like, "Oh, you're the funny girl." I'm like, finally, I'm like known for what I am. Like, I'm not the pretty girl. I'm not like the whatever girl. I'm just the funny girl. That's all I got going for me.
Yeah,
so.
that's what you started out as.
Yeah, that's
all right,
yep.
perfect, Titch
mhm.
McGee. Anyways,
I
excuse me,
mean-
Magoo.
The boobs are there. Thank you all for listening and tuning in. Again, we're members of Steamboat Comedy, both new and old.
Holler.
Dom.
Both new and old looking.
How dare
Looking
you?
Dom.
How dare you?
And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Catch us with another episode real soon. I think we should do one of those this shit isn't fucking happening
This is not
bullshit.
happening.
Or
Fuck's sake.
they,
No,
no,
that show with Arsifer.
no,
Yeah.
This shit is
This
not
shit
fucking
could not
happening.
possibly be
This shit-
happening at this present
no. I
moment.
thought we were gonna talk
It's-
about our
this is not happening.
constipation issues.
That's
sure
gonna be
this shit
a
isn't
long.
happening?
That's gonna be a long bit for me.
Fucking happening.
We get and yeah, I'm Kendra Ruthless.
I'm Kyle Ruff.
I'm Jared Morrill.
I'm geriatric fuck.
Yeah, goddamn right you are.
Dom
Pro
Zucker.
geriatric.
Pro.
Pre-geriatric.
Pro geriatric.
Yeah.
I think that just means like normal aged.
Yeah.
Wow, you're 26.
I'm
Weird.
still a fuck.
Weird.
30 years old. I'm
Actually, that's one of my
pre-geriatric.
favorite George Carlin bits. He's like, you got tall fucks, short fucks, fat fucks, it just keeps going on the
Yeah,
list.
just all the
And
fucks.
you got old fucks.
He goes, I'm an
here's
old
the thing,
fuck.
yeah, here's the thing about old fuck. Yeah, it's so good.
And
And his favorite
good
word.
night. Good night. On
Cunt.
three. 1, 2,
Sorry.
3. Good
Bye.
night.
I was so in on it, Kendra. I was
Wait,
so
hold
ready.
on. Hold on. Start that again. I want to throw a beat down.
1, 2, 3. Good night.
Good night.